Okay.
Hi, I'm Carrie Charlick.
And I'm Kate Soderstrom.
Okay, and together we have over 40 years of bra fitting experience. Actually, we have 22, 23 years of bra fitting experience each. But together we have over that. We are coming here today to do virtual fittings, how we do a virtual fitting and show the process and the questions we do ask. So before we actually start the fitting, we always send out an email to our customers and we tell them before the fitting kind of what to expect. So, the first thing we like to say, how to prepare for the fitting. We want you to wear an unpadded or lightly lined bra, not a compression bra, not a sports bra, not a your best bra. I like to say like your bra that you would wear to go to a wedding, like something that is nice that you want to look professional in. Or your very best bra. Have a soft fabric measuring band or measuring tape or like this that is just soft and movable. It can be plastic or fabric is fine. And then find a quiet private space with good lighting. And then finally, have internet access so that if we're doing it via Zoom or FaceTime, that we don't get interrupted in that. And then that way we can prepare for the fitting. And the fitting should take no more than 10 or 15 minutes. Okay.
I
So
think that I think probably the biggest question we always get is, um, do I have to take my shirt off? And I would always remind your clients, this is a t-shirt on. There's
a
nothing to be
light t-shirt
embarrassed
on
about.
because a dark t-shirt, as you can see, I'm wearing a dark black t-shirt. It's really hard to see. But if you had a white t-shirt on, it is really much easier to see, or a light pink or something that's lighter colored, black, dark brown. Those are harder to see. So a light colored t-shirt is often. Do I care if they show up in their bra? No, it doesn't bother me. But sometimes it's easier for me to see what's going on, but it's all what you or your customer are comfortable with. But like Kate said, light weight t-shirt, light colored, best way to go. Okay. And snug too. Okay. So when we get on the fitting, first, I always like to confirm that I have all of her proper contact information. Okay. So name, phone number, email, address, whatever I need. So then I start out with some questions and I will share the question sheet with you so that you have it. But here are the questions I like to go because I tell everybody that we fit with our ears and we listen to what the customer is saying. So the first question I like to ask is what size bra do you normally wear when I'm saying cup and band size, Kate? What would that normally be?
38G.
Okay. And then where do you normally buy your bras from, Kate?
Well, a typical answer would be Kohl's or online.
Okay. And then how old are the bras that you are normally wearing?
Most people will say 3 to 4 years.
Okay. And then I will come back and say, in that is that a bra has a shelf life and it is a year. They do expire, just like food. They expire. The more you wear a bra, it stretches out, it loses its elasticity and it stretches out. So we're going to go into care and wearing care of it at the end. But I like to tell people that bras do have a shelf life. They are not giving you that same support as they did when you first got them. Okay. Now, I also like to ask, what style are you specifically looking for? Lace, t-shirt, what do you look, sports bra,
T-shirt
what are you looking
bra.
for? T-shirt bra. And when you say t-shirt bra, do you mean something that to wear under a snug shirt or sweater that
It's
doesn't
something
show?
seamless.
Seamless. Okay, great. A lot of times people will say that, and I always want to make sure they don't mean like a cotton bra, but they really do mean a seamless bra. And then I like to ask them, how do you like to wear your bras? Like, how do you like them to fit? Do you like a snug fit in your band, a loose, or somewhere kind of in the middle?
I like to have it loose.
Loose. Okay. And I like to point out sometimes if we wear our bra too loose, it's not going to give us the support that is needed, but it's more important that your customer is comfortable in what she is wearing because you are not wearing that bra. She's wearing that bra. She needs to be comfortable, and that's our ultimate goal. So, and then the next question I like to ask is which hook do you wear your bras currently on? Do you wear it on the tightest where it's pulled all the way that there is no more hooks you can see, or do you wear it on the loosest?
I'm the loosest.
On the loosest, okay. And then, do you have any issues with your bras? Does your strap fall down? Does your underwire poke? What issues are you currently
Typically,
experiencing?
we hear straps fall down or spilling out of the bra.
Spilling out. Okay. Okay. And then, Kate, if you were to go to the store and buy a dress or a blouse, what number size would you wear?
14.
14. Okay. So let's be honest. You can tell me the truth. How often do you wash your bras and how do you care for your bras?
Every 3 wears or so, I just toss it in the laundry.
Okay. And do you have an agitator in your laundry machine?
I do not.
Okay, so it's agitator free, which is good because we always recommend if you're going to put it in the washing machine, put it in a lingerie bag and you put it in on the gentle cycle, wash it, and then you lay it flat to dry and mold back out the cups so that it looks as perfect as it did when you got it. And then this is when I go into our rule that we have, the rule of three, one to wear, one to care, and one to spare, because you want to have three bras and you want to rotate them equally. Then you'll get a year out of wearing these bras. So yeah, we ask our customers to buy three bras, rotate them equally as you wear them. And then the more times you wear it without washing it, the longer it will last because giving it that day of rest a couple days of rest in between wearing the next one is awesome because that means it's going to last longer. The more you wash anything, it breaks down. So now, Kate, we're going to go into the fun part, which is the measuring. First, we're going to do our traditional bra fit measuring, okay? Where this is where I'm going to have you get out your loose measuring tape.
Okay.
Got it? And then I'm going to have you kind of back away from the camera so I can see where you're measuring at. And we're going to go underneath your breast tissue. And Kate, it needs to be directly underneath your breast tissue and it needs to be a snug fit. And when I say snug fit, when you pull tight, I want you to pull a little tighter on top of that. Okay?
So here is where, if you saw our earlier video, you noticed that I had on a more of a compression bra, something that was in a small through 3X size. And this time I have on a 38G bra. So it's a lot easier when you don't have the breast tissue laying flat against your stomach. So
It's doing
I'm
the
going
lifting
to
for
do
you, right,
this.
Kate?
I'm going to take a breath and I'm going
And
to
go a
get
little
a
tighter.
measurement. And
Oh, there
I
we go.
am just about, funny, 37.5.
37.5. Okay, so when I hold up this is my cheat sheet, which you can get these on the Zaya website. You can get these measuring tapes and you can get our cups. 37.5 puts her right here in the 38 area, right here. So she's a 38, okay?
Okay.
And that's your 38 band. Now, Kate, the next measurement we're going to do is going to be across your nipples. And this is going to be a loose measurement. And it needs that measurement still needs to be parallel to the floor, but loose. So you can kind of taut behind the back if you want. You know, make it taut so you can do that and kind of loose. Yeah, there.
Look and see and make sure
Make
it's
sure you're not denting your boobs like I can see you are right now.
all.
Okay.
Okay.
And Kate, can you give me that number?
46.
46. Okay, so if we do the math there, Kate, 46 minus 38 is 8. And we're going to do a little handy dandy counting with our fingers and doing the alphabet. So we're going to count to 8 on our hands. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
H.
Wait. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So it would be an H. So Kate, I'm going to try you in a little bit larger cup there. I'm going to put you into 38H. Okay. Now we're going to do some double check methods that we like to do, which is that chart. Kate, can you bring that chart up to show them?
Yep. So here is an easy cheat sheet that will help you with the fittings when you're doing a virtual style with a client.
And this is that was the cups fitting. This is what we call our double check. We did the traditional fitting, which is great. It's been around for years, but then we also have our cups measuring system too, which it actually measures up to the Abby bra. So Kate, the first measurement I'm going to ask you to do is a horizontal measuring thing, and I'm going to have you, the horizontal is
Okay.
going to be, um, let's see, the horizontal is going to be across your breast tissue. And
Okay,
you're going to
going
start kind of
across.
where your underwire is and goes to the other underwire.
So basically from the sternum and around the breast tissue.
Yeah. I kind of say underwire to underwire.
What's that?
I go underwire to underwire.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yep. Some people don't have the underwire, but okay. So that is 12 and a half.
12 and a half. Kind of puts you in between a 38G and a 38H. So yeah, okay, perfect. Now the next one, Kate, is going to be the vertical, which is you're going
Okay.
to go just kind of halfway up to your nipple.
Okay. And then to the nipple, just like that.
Yep,
Okay. That is not quite 5.
not quite 5. Okay, so that puts you in that 38H. So once again, I think between what we're seeing in the measuring, let's go with the 38H.
And when you look at the measurements and you see it, so I said not quite a 5. So with the increments, I where I landed, I will move up a cup size because I was between the 4.75, which would be a 38G, and the 5, which would be a 38H. So I would go with the larger of the measurements, especially because typically women are one size on one side and a little bit smaller or bigger on the other. And that's typical. You'll run into that a lot, and you'll always want to make sure that you're fitting the larger breast. So we
Yep.
always do roll up, roll roll up the measurement when we're taking it.
That's a really good point, Kate, because everybody's breasts are lopsided. We all have one breast that's bigger than the other, and we always want to say, let's fit the bigger breast
Mm.
because the you can always adjust your cup sizes with letting your cup out with the straps will make the cup bigger, tightening will make the cup smaller.
So
And just like
basically, you when you tighten it, if there's a little bit of spillage when you first put it on and you tighten just like that.
you'll get more spillage.
Yep.
And then if you loosen it, you'll get rid of that spillage. And now being a larger busted client, like Kate is, she often has to do a thing what we call scoop and swoop when she puts the bra on. So she has to really adjust her breast tissue once she gets in there. And that's a really important thing when she's putting on the bra. And most larger breasted people do know that. But I think it's okay to say you can scoop and swoop. You pull your breast tissue in and kind of place it in there. So that is it for our virtual fitting. And then I like to follow up. I don't know if you do this too, Kate, but I send the client a link to the cart. I put everything in the cart that we discussed on the call. So, like, if I was to put her in a Jessie, I'd probably size her down a cup, unless she was going to tell me she's like a horseback rider, then I'd probably size her down 2 cups. But let's start out just moving her down a cup because Kate just does regular workouts at Lifetime Fitness. So, I would put in that cart a Jessie at Abby, whatever we talked about, and then I would shoot her over an email with a link to that cart so that she can fill it out and go. Any other
And
tips?
guess what else they should know?
What, Kate?
Bras are tight when they first arrive, just like a pair of shoes. They're
Yes.
coming right out of the factory setting. So advise your customer
Oh,
that it could be a little tight when they first put it on. You might want
oh,
to have them add an extender.
that's a really good point. And Kate, another thing, when the bras come to you, they come at the factory settings. So the strap is on its tightest. So the strap, you have to tell them to loosen up the strap to put it on because all of a sudden they put it on. They're like, I had a client call me the other day and say the same thing. Oh my gosh, Carrie, this doesn't fit. And I said, can you do me a favor? Can you loosen the straps in the back because they come in the factory settings? She messaged me back right away and she said, oh, thank you. I can breathe now. And it's just a simple thing like that. But the straps come at the tightest point. And you guys, that's where they're measuring before they leave the factory to make sure that the measurements all line up. And it's not to be mean or cruel to the customer, avoid, oh my gosh, this is so tight. It's just you got to remember to tell them to adjust the
And
strap.
I'm 5'7.5", but my 38G, 38H breast could be on someone who's 5'4" or someone who's 5'12". And it really matters what your distance is here. So
Yep.
that's why you have the adjustment. And
Yep.
this is not holding up your breast tissue.
Yep. And then you guys, another tip, always follow what we recommend in the style guide. And the bra style guide can be found in your Zaya back office. It is also linked on the marketing design group as well. That we give fit tips and we compare everything to the Abby bra, just like how you guys compare everything to your light and tight leggings or you compare to the bomber bra, whatever it is.
Mm.
We compare to our Abby bra because that's what we are expert in fitting. It was our number one selling bra. and we compare that to everything. So be sure to watch the video. So before you order like a Piper bra, remember Piper has a super bump up pad and you might need to adjust your cup sizes. Now, Kate and I are people that could probably never wear the Piper bra because it doesn't really come in our size. It's a smaller, but listen to what we're saying in there and the fit tips in there. So, any other questions, Kate, before we end that we
I
or
think
thing
that's
answers
it.
that we should
It's
give?
a lot to take on, but as always, reach out if you have any questions.
Yep, we're all here to help you answer. If you go over to, you can join us on Broad Ladies in the Know or over at
Facebook
Marketing
page.
Design Group. Yeah, Marketing Design Group. You can ask any Broad Lady in there and they will immediately come and help. So we are here to help, but you can always reach out to Kate and I, and we don't mind helping and assisting.
Bye
Okay,
now.
bye.